It's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Love Spell, and we're still in Marcelo's round. We're starting episode 5, so we're just going to jump right in. Alright. I gulped nervously as I silently followed the figure in front of me, like a child on their way to get scolded. Here we are. I don't remember his voice. That was just yesterday, I liked the last part. I can't help but turn to Valentino pleadingly with various leaves and twigs sticking out of my hair. For the last time, I wasn't trying to do anything weird. I slipped on a frozen mozzarella stick that an angry magical penguin was throwing at me, and then I happened to fall out of the window. Yeah, that's... Yes, I'm sure he'll definitely understand your situation, but it's my responsibility to inform him that you did, indeed, jump out of a window. Oh, come on, Valentino! Can't we just not tell him? Pretty please? And then he says something in Italian that I don't know. So just as I'm about to make more of my best pleading faces at Valentino, we both turn our heads as the door in front of us props open. A frowning Marcelo appears, and I can feel my face immediately heat up as he glares at me, especially because considering the fact that you wrote his name in the book and he's like in love with you, and then you jump out the window, that's gonna make him feel a little bit bad. Just a little bit, you know? He walks forward and grabs my arm, pulling me into the room. I'll take it from here, Valentino. At your service. Whatever that is in Italian. I don't know how to pronounce it, that's why we're not doing it. Sorry. Half this round. Not reading half of the lines, because I can't. Gulp. So, lovely weather tonight, isn't it? There's a nice breeze. I can't believe you actually jumped out of a damn window. I didn't! I told you! I fell! It was an accident! My thoughts are interrupted when Marcelo suddenly grabs me and pulls me towards him. His close proximity sends my pulse racing as I watch his amber eyes scan my face. Jeez, you even scratched yourself up. Just what were you thinking? You could have been seriously hurt. I can't control my heart as it only seems to beat louder and louder as his eyes now move to meet mine. Mine's. Philia's words from earlier resurface in my mind and I can't help but blush furiously.
Well, now what are you gonna do?
I don't know, but stop throwing mozzarella sticks at me! It's not helping my situation!
You deserve it for being so careless! Huh.
Ugh! Aren't you here to help me or something? Then help me! The pink penguin shoots me a look before she gobbles up another mozzarella stick. She crosses her flippers before she lets out a sigh.
Well, I suppose it's not all that bad. The spell itself won't last forever anyways.
Wait, it won't?
No, that'd be impossible. It's only effective until the next full moon. After that, Mr. Marcelo will forget everything that happened between you two from the moment it was cast. Your relationship will go back to what it used to be.
A stranger in his house. You tell me this now! Why didn't you start with that? Philia nonchalantly begins to grab the mozzarella sticks that are now sprawled all over the balcony, forking them down one at a time.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. What a shame, though. Mr. Marcelo's such a hunk. You should at least have some fun while you can.
Fun? That man is dangerous. He says he runs a business, but everything about him is super shady. What if he's some sort of wanted criminal?
Wow, really? Who'd have thought you'd fall in love with a guy like that? Is that why Master's heart beats so loudly whenever he's around? Do you like the thrill?
I am not in love with him. He is unfortunately handsome, but there's no way I have any sort of feelings for that brute.
So Master likes the bad boys, huh? Philia does too, don't worry.
I let out a groan in frustration as the pink penguin snickers in front of me. You know what? No, nothing's really changed anyways. At least now I know what's going on, so I can come up with a plan to get out of here and... Whoa!
Hey, watch out! You're gonna fall!
Slipped over the edge of a balcony. That is a low railing, is all I'm saying. I'm snapped back to reality as I feel a light stinging sensation on my cheek. Marcelo dabs ointment on me and my face lights up. I attempt to reach for the bottle, but he moves it out of my grasp. I can do it myself. Just sit down and let me finish, would ya? Jeez, you're a handful. I bite my lip before slowly closing my eyes. I can feel my heart beat loudly in my ears as Marcelo's rough fingers gently brush my cheek. Eventually, I slowly open my eyes, and I jolt slightly when I catch him staring straight at me. I look into his piercing eyes before breaking my gaze away. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. The scratches aren't too deep, so you should be fine. But seriously, what the hell were you thinking? I told you it was an accident. I bow my head as my voice trails off. Marcelo sighs as he puts the ointment away and stands up. You said you want to know who I am, right? What this is all about? That catches my attention. I look up slowly and nod my head cautiously. Yes, please? Fine, I'll tell you everything. Right here, right now. All I had to do was throw myself off a balcony. Marcelo slowly moves his hand to dig into a pocket located on the inside of his suit. A few moments later, he pulls out a small golden dragon. The same emblem I've seen Tito and many of the other men around the mansion don on their suits. Tell me, you know what this is? A dragon? She's like, it's a dragon pen. I'm not fucking dumb. Jesus. We don't know what it means, but I know what it means. I'm sure you can guess what it means, but she doesn't know what it means. A thick, tense atmosphere settles into place as Marcelo slips the pin back into his suit again before facing me. My name's Marcelo Danucci. I'm the leader of an organization called Il Draghi Rosso, also known as the Red Dragons. I suppose you could call us a group of modern-day mercenaries. Our headquarters are far overseas, but we have many members stationed all over the world. Our operations lead us to do a number of different things. Whether it's containing acts of terrorism, busting trafficking rings, or taking care of corrupt politicians, we do it. They're the good mafia. I do like how they're basically the mafia, but we do like bad things for good reasons. Okay, sure. You're still the mafia. It's fine. Because you know there'd be people who would have problems. Oh my god, we're actually in I mean, I guess they're kind of in a gray area, because, but if we were just no, we're just the mafia and we do bad things because we can and it makes us money, you just have so many people that would be like, oh my god, but I can't. But, So he's just in a morally gray area. You're doing bad things, but you're technically doing it for the right reasons, I guess. Still in the mafia. Although our means of accomplishing our tasks aren't always the most ethical, civilized, or even legal. See? It's the gray area. Because of this, we move completely underground and we operate in the shadows. Some call us anti-heroes of sorts. When there's a big enough problem that even the feds or the military can't get a handle on, we're usually called to step in. Right, because they have to follow laws and rules and you don't. Wow. Organizations like that really exist? A lot of groups like ours exist in the shadows all over the world. Some even control major cities and trade markets. I suppose you could call us the head honchos, though. Our numbers, our money, and our forces put us at the top of the underground food chain. As leaders, it falls upon us to keep the underground's very delicate power system in place. Just the mention of us being around keeps a lot of the filth out of the streets. However, that's only half true right now. Sorry. I can't help but gulp as Marcelo's eyes darken and his tone grows deep. About 6 months ago off the coast of this town, there was an attack. An attack that would change everything. An attack? Yeah, a ship of ours carrying extremely precious cargo was blown to pieces. It was terrible. Everyone on board was killed, including my father, Don Nucci, the previous head of the Dragons. Marcelo, I'm so sorry. No, I don't deserve an apology, because I wasn't the only one who lost something important that night. Tito's father, along with most of the members of Dragoon, an elite force of the Red Dragon's strongest, most influential members, were on board that ship. With a mission to deliver 200 pounds of the world's rarest diamonds to a top client of ours, it would have secured our organization's finances for many, many years to come. 200 pounds of diamonds. It's an odd way to measure diamonds, all I'm saying. But, I mean, do they do that? Wait, I mean, this diamond weighs a pound. You know what I mean? But I guess it's because there's so many, you're like, who the fuck knows how many carats that is? It's just 200 pounds of it's a lot of diamonds. Except the next morning after a ship was attacked, that same client was also found dead. But why? Who would do something like that, and what would they hope to gain? It's impossible to say. When the business is dirty as ours, we have more than our fair share of blood on our hands. Although your client being dead is actually helpful for you, because otherwise you were like, we were going to sell you diamonds, and now we don't have the diamonds, and they'd be pissed, and now they're dead. So, I mean, some of the crisis averted a little bit. Because I feel like that would have been worse. Well, now we got this guy who's pissed at us for losing all the diamonds. I mean, he didn't give us any money, but I'm sure he's still pissed. You know, like, oh, okay, whatever. It happens. You know? So he happens to be dead, that we've got this problem. Now we also don't have that problem on top of it. All I'm saying. Now, for some reason, to pull off a stunt like that, whoever was behind this was no amateur, and they had planned this for a very, very long time. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna back it on up. Who do we... Come on. Come on. Where's the red flags? Where are the red flags? Who's the evil one here? I'm just saying. I pegged him from the beginning. First time playing through, second time playing through, eighth time playing through. I've played this game enough to know that if you got a sprite in this and you ain't my love interest, or a pink penguin or a witch or Tito, you evil. Okay? Look, even Chaz didn't get a sprite, but he was a bastard, but he was a side character. And finally, after months of fruitless searching, day and night without end, we found our lead. Marcelo's eyes narrow as he places a small gleaming pin in front of me. That pin again. It resembles a lion? And it's the symbol of Leonineri? Or the Black Lions. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce that, but there you go. That's the best I'm gonna do. The only other underground organization in the world to rival ours equally, in numbers, power, and might. The relationship between the Red Dragons and the Black Lions is rocky, to say the least. For many, many years, both groups were trapped in a vicious cycle of war with each other. Pools of blood tainted our cities and countless lives were lost, or so history goes. Once the world entered the modern era, so did our groups. Many centuries ago, a grandfather of mine established a treaty of peace and mutual respect with the head of the Lions at the time. A system of checks and balances was put into place, you might say, to avoid each side from growing too corrupt. There would not be a single leader, but two. Yin and yang, light and dark. Well, it's red and black, but whatever. Various cultures around the world would retell the story, but at its origin, it was a dragon and a lion. Both would rule or both would die. Ever since then, we've kept a peaceful and distant relationship. Till now, that is. Then, you think it was the Black Lions who attacked your ship that night? I swallow hard as Marcelo stares at the floor before shaking his head. Oh, I gotta turn my volume down, it's way too loud for me. Well, I suppose that's what we've been trying to figure out. I know the current leader of the Lions. At one point in my life, I even called him a close friend. Although our relationship is a lot different now from when it used to be. I can't do his voice right now. I'm sorry. It's bad. They're always all bad. I don't know why I apologize every once in a while. It's like, they're all bad from the very beginning on. I want to believe he's not the type of person to commit underhanded moves like this, but as of right now, every clue we've got is leading us in that direction. Just sounds sus, okay? That's all I'm saying. Marcelo tears his hands through his hair as he lets out a deep sigh. And if this does end up being true and war breaks out between both groups again, a lot of people are gonna die. The city's worth of innocent people at that. Although it goes against my own wishes, gathering information and not making hasty decisions is the most prominent course of action as of right now. Unfortunately, time isn't on our side. Word travels fast, and once people start hearing about our situation, the rats are going to start crawling out of the woodwork by the hundreds. We also can't expect to depend on the groups that might have gotten us into this situation in the first place to remedy much. So right now, This investigation and keeping things under wraps back home is our priority. And with that, you should be caught up to speed on everything. Who we are and what we're doing here. Sorry. I fumble with the hem of my dress nervously as the intensity of Marcello's words reverberates throughout my system. I furrow my eyebrows as my eyes dart about in all directions. But what could a group like that want with me? I'm not a part of this at all. I don't think they want you per se. I think they just want something to use against me, the new head of the dragons, and probably their biggest obstacle. Marcello looks at me with a guilt-stricken expression. All that I'm saying is, okay, he was seen with me, so they decide to go after me. Does that sound like something the head of a mafia would do? Don't you think they'd do a little research first? All I'm saying, red flags. They saw me with you once. They would have been like, keep an eye on her, never see him with her again. Okay. But they went after me instantly after that one incident. Okay? I mean, technically we bumped into him and spilled our coffee. They would have been like, okay, he gave us our wallet back. Then he found us for coffee. He's been staying with us a couple of times. But it was basically after the wallet incident. Oh, wait, yep, go after her. They made the decision very hastily. So all I'm saying is, right? They're just scoping him out. They know nothing about his feelings. His feelings for me are why they're coming after me. And who do you think knows his feelings for us? You think that the Black Lions know? No. You think Valentino knows? Yeah. I'm just saying. He screamed shady from the second he showed up in the screen. It was like, you have a Sprite, you're shady. I'm just saying. That was my initial impression the first time I played this route. I was like, he's a shady motherfucker. Like, you're bad, I know you're bad. You just look bad. I don't know what your end game is. Obviously, aside from maybe wanting him out of the way so that you could take over. You know. Anyway. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. I never would have imagined it would turn out like this. Till this all boils over, I think your safest bet is here with us. Marcello turns around, hiding his expression from me as he casts his eyes downwards. Could you imagine being like, God, I kind of dig this chick, and now she's in danger. Fuck, I feel really guilty. You'd feel bad about it. Whether we were in a long-term relationship or we literally just met, you're like, damn, my hard-on got her in trouble. Right? Keep it in your pants, buddy. Save it for chapter 7. You know, my pops and I had a huge fight before he got on that damn boat. And I said some things I didn't really mean. I never got the chance to apologize to him. I regret it every day that I couldn't protect him. Aww. My best friends, my brothers and sisters in arms, they were all on that ship. I couldn't protect any of them. So, I'll do my best to make that right and protect you. You don't have anything to do with this anyways. You don't deserve to get hurt. He's a nice mafia boss. Without thinking, I walk over to Marcello. I slowly extend my hand out to touch him, but hesitation washes over me. I wanted to keep you out of this as much as I could, but I guess I only put you in more danger by doing that. I didn't consider your feelings at all. I'm sorry, Spacey. I swallow hard, biting my lip. Without thinking, I wrap my arms around Marcello's large frame and I feel him stiffen under me. Thank you for protecting me and for telling me the truth. After a few moments, Marcello turns to me and flashes a weak smile as I let him go. Don't worry your pretty little head about it too much, princess. Just don't go jumping out of windows again, you hear? You nearly gave me a heart attack. Marcello, I want to help. It's the least I can do. I want to help you track down whoever did this, even if it was the Black Lions. Girl, you are adventurous and crazy. You saved my life twice already, and I'd probably be out on the streets right now if it wasn't for you. So if there's anything I can do... Marcello lets out a laugh as he ruffles my hair and brushes past me. This might be a little more than you can chew, princess, but I appreciate the thought. The most you can do right now is keep safe and stay low. After all this is over, I promise I'll send you home safely. So truce? No more jumping out of windows. I smile as he sticks a hand out to me and I take it. Truce. I kind of almost can't wait till we get to the end of this because there are so many things that I just want to be like, oh my god, about, but I can't. I just can't. A few days later, I take in the smell of roses and jasmines as I walk through an expansive garden. It's been really quiet lately. Guess everyone's busy figuring out what's going on. I really hope a war doesn't break out between two giant groups like that. It sounds terrifying. The sound of another set of footsteps catches my attention. I whip my head around but see no one. A shiver runs down my spine as I remember my previous encounter, and I begin to walk briskly toward the manor. But what's even more terrifying is to think that people as dangerous as that are after me merely because I was seen with the leader of the Red Dragons for barely a few hours, right? That's the sus part. They saw me with him and they want to kill me? No, it's because someone knows he's in love with you, and the only person who would know he's in love with you is someone who's around him all the time, Valentino. Cough. You know? I bite my lip, picturing Marcelo's cocky, grinning face in my head. Honestly, I can't imagine how rough Marcelo must have it right now. That sounds like a lot of weight for one man's shoulders. Suddenly I hear a rustle in the bushes next to me and I jump back on instinct. Who's there? Meow. This kitten is prominent in Jamie's story, by the way. I watch as a small white cat treads out of the bushes and looks up at me cautiously before running away. It's just so funny because the cat shows up here, and I had played this route before Jamie's, and then in Jamie's, the cat's there, and I'm like, okay, why was the cat not in everything? Because she just shows up like, boop, hey. And then you're like, wait, what about the kitty? It's just that, that's it. That's all there's the cat, and then you're like, but what about the cat? I was so curious the whole time. Oh, phew. I'm way too jumpy lately. I turn around again, only to come face to face with a small black gun. Freeze for Fonte! Whatever, however you pronounce it. Ah! I fall ungracefully back on my butt as I stare up at a laughing Tito. This fucker. You kind of like love-hate this kid. Like, at the moment, you're like, you little prick! But he's kind of entertaining. Tito!
Got you again! You're the only person I've seen fall for that twice.
I rub my sore butt as I stand up and eye the mischievous child. Also, I don't like kids, so backhand him into a bush. I don't know what happened. He just fell. What are you doing here anyway, huh? Getting into trouble? Nah, he's a cute kid. Look, it's like it's on the flowers and then it can be on his dragon. Perfect.
Well, actually, I'm trying to train.
Train? Train for what?
Train to be the leader of Il Draghiroso, just like Don Marcello.
Leader? But you're barely the size of a penguin. How old are you anyway? 6? 7?
I'm 8.5. Don't call me a penguin, you old hag. Who are you calling an old hag, you little brat?
Literally me and every child. Before Tito can answer, he peeks behind me and quickly dives back into the bushes. I turn around to see one of Marcello's employees running up to me. Scusi. Whatever, how you said that. Anyway. Have you seen Tito anywhere around here? Tito? I look towards Tito's crouching figure in the bush as he shoots me a pleading look. I raise my eyebrow, but I turn around to the suited man. No, I'm afraid I haven't seen him come this way. Pondio? Anyway, something. Anyway, that boy's such a handful. He never listens and is always running off. I watch as the man runs back towards the manor, heaving a loud sigh. After a few moments, Tito's small head peeks up from between the leaves.
Is he gone?
Yep. Care to explain why you're hiding now? I notice Tito nervously looks down, so I smile softly and kneel to meet his gaze. Hey, you can trust me. I didn't rat you out, did I?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like I said, I'm trying to train. By myself. To become the strongest member of the Red Dragons.
But why?
Because after Mama and Papa died, Boss was the only one who protected me.
It's like so adorable. Look, I know I hate kids, and the idea of Marcello being basically like dad to this kid, I was like, oh, it's kind of a but it's still fucking adorable at the same time. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't like kids, and I don't want kids in my games, and I hate when Otome games, they're like, babies are the most important thing! And your boyfriends are like, let's go make a baby. Whoa, 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 back it up, motherfucker. I'm gonna say no to that shit. It only comes up once in this. Or someone says it, and I was like, whoa! Whoa! I'm gonna need you to simmer the fuck down. That's it. But like this, he's basically almost this kid's dad by default. But it's actually fucking cute in this case, so I can't be mad at it. It's fucking adorable. It's not my thing personally, but I still like the dynamic and it's written well and I enjoy it, so. You know.
So, I gotta make it up to him. I gotta become super tough and strong so one day I can protect him.
And this kid is like kind of a pain in the ass, but really in a cute way. So you kind of fucking love him.
But no one really takes me seriously around here. Valentino never even looks at me, and the rest of the dragons, well, they all just think I'm some dumb kid who's always in the way. But the boss is different. Boss is the only friend I have, so I want to do my best to help him. I gotta.
I stare at Tito's solemn face for a few moments before I ruffle his hair.
Hey, knock it off! What are you?
You know, Tito, I'm kind of in the same boat you are. I really do understand your feelings.
What? You do?
Marcelo also saved me from a lot of trouble, and I want to do everything I can to help him as well, so trust me, you're not alone. My eyes widen as I watch small tears form in Tito's eyes. He immediately wipes them away, although his lips continue to tremble. Tito?
Marcelo, I mean, boss, he's my hero. If I could become stronger and help him, maybe the other red dragons would start paying attention to me too. Maybe they'd be my friends.
But this poor fucking kid, he has no friends. I have an imaginary penguin you could talk to. She's not really imaginary to anybody, but well, to everyone except for me. You know, everyone else is like, you're talking to an imaginary penguin. She's right there! I can't believe you can't see her! What the fuck is wrong with you? God. Loser. Don't believe in imaginary penguins. She's invisible, not imaginary. But I always, for some reason, my brain says imaginary first, so just... When I say imaginary, I just mean invisible. Alright? I don't know what my problem is.
And no one will train with me. And if I can't train, I can't get stronger. And then I can't... I really wish my mom and papa were here sometimes.
I want to go home. Without a second thought, I reached forward to pull Tito into a tight embrace. After a few moments, I pull back to look at him with a smile as I wipe his tears. Okay, Tito, that settles it. I'll train with you.
What? Really?
Yeah, I like your idea. If we both get stronger, we could definitely help Marcelo out.
But
you don't look very strong.
Do you even know any martial arts? Or how to shoot a gun or anything?
Wow, bastard. I mean, no, but...
I thought so. You're a liar! How are you supposed to train me when you don't know anything yourself?
I bite my lip as I watch Tito turn around sadly, but not wanting to give up, I reach out to grab his hand. That's not true. Well, it's kind of true, but, Marcelo's actually training me, so I could teach you what he's teaching me. I can't help but gulp when I see Tito's eyes widen. Girl, take that hole!
Bosses, he's personally training you?
Yep, that's right. Every day. I don't know how to say that, so there you go. Whatever. Gasping in Italian surprise.
Even though he's the strongest member of Dragoon, I heard the boss has never taken an apprentice before. He's only ever trained with me a couple of times in my whole life. Wait, are you gonna be boss's wife or something? Are you gonna be the new...
Signora Drago? Whatever. What? I don't know how to say that in Italian. I know Drago. Drago? Where'd my... Oh no. It's because I accidentally spit on my trackpad and I was trying to wipe it off. I'm sorry, that was too much information and I moved my... I should have known that would happen. I'm sorry, it's my fault I lost my hat. Can never be. We made it through like one episode. Oh, I already read that. What? No, we're just friends.
Friends. Sure. I get it.
Sorry, then I'd sneeze. Do you want me to train you or not, you little brat? Suddenly, Tito throws his arms around me in a tight embrace. I can't help but soften as I feel him hug me tightly, and I rub a hand on his back.
Please train me, Miss Spacey. Please head me in the world to me.
Yeah, I definitely will, Tito. Like, we so fucked. Later that night, I gulp inadvertently as I stare up at the giant door in front of me. I take a deep breath as I reach out to knock, but I pull my hand back at the last second. Am I insane? What was I thinking? I can't just go up to a mafia boss and be like, hey, be my personal kung fu instructor. I'm so stupid.
What? Why not? Just say please.
But Philia, that's not how these things work. I didn't think this through. There's no way Marcelo's going to agree to this. I doubt he even has the time to. He's in love with you. He will do fucking anything you ask. Okay, Philia.
But he's in love with you. I'm sure he'll make the time.
Philia and I, same page.
Maybe he can train you in all sorts of different things. All night long.
Can it, you bird brain? I'm doing this for Tito's sake. Quit saying weird things.
Boo! So mean.
I let out an exasperated sigh as I look back up towards the looming door. There's no way this is gonna work. I should just find Tito and tell him something else. And maybe I can watch some online martial arts tutorials or something and... Are you gonna stand at my door all day or what? At the sudden voice, I jump and quickly turn around to see Marcelo standing behind me with a skeptical look. He's like, also, who the fuck are you talking to? My eye twitches as I watch Philia emerge from behind his ponytail and snuggle herself onto the top of his hair.
Oh, Mr. Marcelo's back. Today his hair smells like roses.
Philia, you little... Hello? What are you staring at me so hard for? Huh. I already can't take your eyes off me, princess. That's fucking... What? No? I came here to ask you for a favor! Marcelo tilts his head as he shoots me a coy smirk. My heart begins to race as he slowly steps closer to me. I feel my back press itself against the door as he leans into my ear. What kind of favor are you in need of this late at night, huh? That's so fucking hilariously awkward. Blood rushes to my cheeks and I can't help but shake my head furiously. I love it so much. Nothing like that, you perv! Perv? I didn't say anything, did I? Just where did your mind go, huh, princess?
Damn! Got him!
I bite my lip in frustration, knowing my face must be glowing red. I ball my hands into fists out? Into fists out as I turn to walk away. Well, as I turn to walk away. You know what? Forget it! Just as I'm about to leave, Marcelo grabs me by the arm and pulls me back to him. A playful grin dances on his handsome face as he looks down at me. Now, let's not be hasty. What's all about this favor, huh? Tell me. Train me? Sorry, can you repeat that for me? Train me! Teach me how to kick ass and stuff! Marcelo lets out a roaring laugh as he turns away. I can only feel my embarrassment growing. What's so funny? Sorry, I just haven't heard that one before. Train you in kicking ass, huh? Why the sudden inspiration in taking up arms as an ass kicker? Well, I figured since one of the most dangerous underground organizations is targeting my life because of you, it's the least you can do to ensure my safety. Good one, Spacey. What'll happen if you're not around when I... A small yelp escapes me as Marcelo grabs my waist and pulls me into his chest. He smirks down at my surprised expression as one of his hands rests on the small of my back. That's an easy fix, princess. How about I just never let you out of my sight from now on? I mean, we've technically already showered together, right? Why don't you move into my room and we can... No! That's not the point here at all! But yes, maybe, sure. I quickly shove Marcello away as my heart pounds wildly on my chest. I don't think he'd like us as much if we were like, alright, take me now. He'd be like, oh, it's not as fun. Huh, you're no fun. I could be fun. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. Will you do it or not? Fine, I'll do it, but... I gulp as Marcello's expression instantly changes. He shoots me a deep smirk and lifts my chin up. I'm not too good with delicate objects, you see. Things might get a little... rough. Think you can handle me, Pinks? Oh, the double entendre there is like, you're like, I will do my best, sir. Oh dear. Rising temptations. A few weeks later. Okay, here's my only problem with the timeline. A few days later. A few weeks later. It's only a month before the full. After a few weeks, it's like tomorrow. Like, I know I'm not supposed to get that technical about things, but when it's like a few days later, a few days later, a few days later, a few weeks later, at this point, we've been here for like 6 months. Like not really, but we are like cutting it close. Hey! Dodges. I love his hair in the little man bun like this. I just love it. It's so cute. Also, him in a tank top, it just makes me think that he's wearing like a ballet like costume. That's just the impression I'm getting right now, and I dig it so hard. I bet he'd be really secretly good at ballet, and you'd be like, I didn't think you could move like... He's like, shut up! It's just something I like doing in my spare time. What? And you're like, Oh, it's cute. I just... Okay. Look, I just have to imagine things like this. Ora! Dodges again. Grrr. Take this! Stando power! Ora, 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 ora! Repeatedly. Huh. Huh. You gotten pretty good, princess. But you still got a long way to go. I yell out in surprise as Marcello grabs me and flips me over. I fall onto my back as beads of sweat run down my entire body. I pant heavily as I attempt to lift myself up. Ugh, I'm so sore. I can barely move anymore. Oh, what's wrong, Pinks? That all you can dish out? Hell no! Just you watch! I muster my strength and stand up. Marcello watches me... Marcello? Did I say Marcella? Wow, that was weird. Anyway, watches me closely as I take a deep breath and position myself in a fighting stance. Bring it, chump! Look at you, huh? Your fighting form's improved tremendously this last couple of weeks. I must admit I'm pretty impressed. But let's not get too cocky now. It's my job. Marcello lunges at me and I swiftly dodge left. He throws an uppercut and I grab his arm, deflecting and dodging the blow. Using the last remaining strength I can muster, I sweep a kick towards the back of his knees that sends him tumbling downwards. He stares up at me with a wide grin as I place a foot on his chest. I'm breathing heavily as I shoot him a victorious smile of my own. Heh! Who's a cocky one now? I got you right where I want you. Wanna bet? Huh? My eyes widen as Marcello grabs my ankle and attempts to pull me down. Knowing this move, I use my other leg to counterattack, but he blocks it with ease. I lunge a punch at him, but he grabs my arm and flips me over entirely, using my own weight against me. As I land on the hard floor, a cold realization hits me. He hasn't even been serious this entire time. I flinch as I see his hand come straight towards my face. My eyes instinctively squeeze shut and I brace for the impact of the blow. Like he would ever hit me in the face. After a few moments, I open my eyes and my heart slams into my ribcage. I watch as Marcello traps me under him with a big smile on his face, sweat dripping down his chiseled features and toned arms. Goosebumps emerge all over my body just at the sight. You think you can just run that pretty little mouth of yours whenever you want? My eyes grow wider when he leans downwards towards me. I can feel his chest press into mine and my breath hitches. Marcelo? What are you... I told you not to bite off more than you could chew, didn't I? Don't provoke your enemies or you might find yourself in a situation similar to this one. Yeah, but I'm enjoying this, and I probably wouldn't be enjoying it if it wasn't you, I'm just saying. What are you talking about? I'm still in control. I can beat you up right now. A huge shiver runs down my spine as Marcelo chuckles into my ear. I bite my lip as I can feel one of his hands travel under my shirt and onto my waist. My mind grows dizzy, and at this point, I'm unsure if it's because of the sweat, heat, his touch, or all of the above. Good thing my AC is on, because otherwise I need a fan, girl. Oh, really? Well, you might want to take control right about now. Or could it be you're actually enjoying this? I'm fucking enjoying it. A desperate gasp escapes me when I feel his lips graze my neck. I attempt to push him off, only to find myself powerless as all my strength has left me. Also, cause I kinda want this, and I don't want to admit that I do. I shyly peer up at him with dewy eyes and parted lips as he pulls back to face me. A deep scowl plays on his face. Damn, don't give me the look, Spacey. There's only so much a man can take, you know. What are you talking about? What do you think I'm talking about? A gorgeous woman like yourself, covered in sweat and panting on me for hours? Put up with a lot these past couple of weeks with these training sessions. Huh. Who knew you could turn out to be such a damn tease? No, it's not like that. You're the one who's been teasing me this whole time. I bite down on my lip to stifle a moan as I feel Marcelo's teeth graze my ear. My body's temperature is rising higher and higher by the second. But for some reason, I really don't want this to end. I know, right? And don't tell me that was a moan I just heard. You jerk! Don't play with me! Then what should I do, Spacey? Tell me what you want me to do. Take me right here, right now. My breathing hitches as Marcelo leans down on me again. His lips are inches away from mine, and I feel a strong hand trail up my back to rest on my bra's hook. Marcelo stops as he looks at me with patient, yet lustful eyes. I can't help but bite my lip as I take in his attractive appearance above me. Sorry. And just give me a nod and I'll take you right here and now. So what's it gonna be? What should I do? Nod! It doesn't change what happens, but I bite my lip harder as I slowly nod, revealing my own secret desires. Marcelo smirks as he slowly brings his lips to meet mine. I watch as the proximity between our bodies closes, and my eyes follow. Just as our lips are about to touch. You knew you were gonna get cock-blocked, right? I think the first time I played this, I was like, seriously? You're fucking cock-blocking me now? I love it so much. So good. Suddenly, the sound of the doors swinging open jolts us both upright.
Spacey, are you done training with the boss yet? It's my turn now. My turn.
Yeah, we're not teaching you that. Marcelo quickly jumps off me as I roll to the side in a fetal position, covering my scarlet-covered face. Ooh, what was just about to happen? Get a hold of yourself, woman. What was just about to happen is Tito was going to get a fucking eye full and probably be a little bit scarred for life. Tito runs over to where Marcelo and I are as he peers over me curiously. He turns to look at Marcelo.
Boss, did you win again? I knew it. Now I can beat the leader of Il Draghiroso.
Yeah, he was about to win. I might have won, if he's good. We were both gonna be winning.
Huh? Why are you guys so red? Are you sick or something? Spacey, did boss train you too hard?
Well, I wish, but you cock-blocked me, kiddo. Something like that, Tito. I can only glare daggers at Marcelo as he shoots me a playful wink. I feebly try to stand up, but my knees are wobbly.
What's wrong? Can't stand up?
Oh, that was Marcelo. I thought Tito was saying that. I'm like, he's calling us princess? It's because the thing took a second to flip over. What's wrong? Can't stand up, princess?
Come on, Spacey. You gotta stand up. You gotta teach me what the boss taught you. It's my turn now. My turn.
I smile weakly as I stare at Tito's excited face. In the last few weeks, the pattern was as follows. Marcelo training me, and then me training Tito afterwards. That's a lot of work for me to do. I feel like it should be every other day. I attempt to calm down as I try to steady myself. For some reason, my legs feel like jelly. Yeah, just give me a few minutes, Tito. Let me take a quick break. Whoa! I gasp as my legs are about to give out, but Marcelo catches me and picks me up with ease. I look into his face and notice there's a faint red hue on his cheeks and ears. I can't help but look down in embarrassment. Sorry, Tito. I think I worked her too hard. So how about I train you myself instead, just for today, huh? Yes! That would be amazing! I can't believe Boss is gonna train me again! Marcelo smiles as he watches Tito run around the room in excitement. I look over at him with a soft pout, which causes him to shoot me a puzzled look in return. Are you sure, Marcelo? I know you must be exhausted from the investigations today. I can handle training him. Don't worry about it, Princess. Besides, I got some, leftover energy I need to take care of. My face flushes at the implication as he turns away from me almost embarrassingly. But I can't help but stifle a giggle at the reddened tips of his ears. Tito, I'm gonna drop Spacey off in her room and I'll be right back. Start doing some warm-ups while I'm gone. Sir, yes, sir! I can't help but blush as Marcelo carries me into my room. 2 hours later, Tito's like, what the fuck are you doing? Took a long time. I got lost on the way. Just like, we don't say a word to each other, but my arms are wrapped around his neck and he holds me tightly to his body. As we enter through the doorway, he sets me down. The cold air of the room attacks me and I immediately miss the warmth of his skin on mine. Think you can take it from here? Yeah, thank you. I look forward in an attempt to block my red face from his view. Just as I'm about to walk away, he grabs me, pulling me backwards and into his chest. I can feel his breath on my ear and another intense shiver runs down my spine. Tomorrow night, after the manor's lights are all out, come to my room. Let's finish what we started. I'll be waiting. Woo! He's like, I'll finish this. Show up tomorrow. Feel his presence leave as cold air hits my body once again. I slowly turn around, only to watch the door behind me close. Goosebumps cover my entire body as I bite my lip. The next morning... You have to go! Philia, I'm not gonna go. It's completely illogical. Besides, I know he's not actually attracted to me. He's just under some weird spell. And even if he wasn't, Marcelo lives a completely different life than I do. A dangerous life. There's no point in making our relationship any weirder than it already is.
Boring! Oh, come on, Master. Have you always been such a worrywart? You can't lie to Philly and tell me that you weren't attracted to him.
The image of Marcelo's handsome, sweaty face over mine resurfaces in my mind, and I can feel all my senses begin to tingle. I didn't say I'm not, but I just... this isn't...
Well, it is what it is, then. Master's gonna be a boring old granny one day with no fun stories to tell, living her life surrounded by nothing but cats.
Philia! Don't say that! Whose side are you on anyway? And I prefer birds!
But it's true! Sheesh! Live your life a little, woman! Dance with danger! Philly is a penguin and she gets out more than you do.
Probably actually fucking true.
Besides, he's not even gonna remember it anyways. Philia thinks you have nothing to lose here.
Except for a little morality, because it seems a little weird when you're like, he's not even gonna remember! That sounds a little shady when you word it like that. I can't help but frown as I cast my eyes down to the floor momentarily. That's the part that honestly makes me the most upset. Philia grows wide-eyed as she looks up at me with an open beak.
Wait! Master! Don't tell me! Could it be you're actually
I let out a deep sigh as I sit on my bed pensively. I bite my lip as I rub my arms, reminiscing on the spots where Marcelo touched me as if they were trails of fire. Anyways, I've never done anything like this, and I just don't know. I mean, he's such a brute, and he's cocky, and he's a pervert, and such a musclehead, too. But... But he's... Well, underneath all that, I think I've started to see he's incredibly kind, and he cares a lot about the people around him. And he's gorgeous, and he's responsible, and he cares so much for Tito, and
he wants to make sweet, sweet love to you!
Philia, don't say that out loud! I cover my burning face with my hands as I hear Philia laugh. Suddenly there's a knock on the door, and I hear Tito's voice from the other side.
Spacey, breakfast ready! Come downstairs when you can!
I'll be right there. I peek through my fingers as I watch Philia pull out a block of cheese from under my bed. Philia, you can't just keep stealing everything cheese-related from the kitchen! The cook is starting to think it's me!
Sorry, but Master isn't the only one who found true love. Philia loves cheese!
I can't help but laugh as I shake my head at the small penguin. Be good, you little troublemaker.
Yes, Master! Have a nice day!
As I walk down the hall, I catch the sight of Valentino speaking frantically into a phone. He hangs up abruptly. A worried expression covers his features as he walks forward briskly, almost bumping into me. Valentino? You look troubled. Is everything all right? Please pardon my rudeness. I'm afraid there's just been an unforeseen change in events. What's happened? We received an urgent report this morning from one of our spies. The Black Lion himself has just arrived in town. Woo! I really must get going. There isn't a moment to waste. Please excuse me. I can't wait till we get there, guys. I can't wait. It's good. It's good. It's good. Slight spoiler for that, but just saying it's good. But anyway, Valentino shakes me off before he runs down the hallway and disappears around the corner. Recalling his disturbed expression, a sensation of nervousness pulses through me. The leader of the Black Lions? He's in town? To make someone as composed as Valentino lose their cool like that, I wonder what kind of terrible person they must be. Marcello, please be careful. I cannot wait till we get to that because I got so many thoughts about that. I walk into the dining room, watching Tito stare at his food with a somber expression. Tito, is everything okay?
Spacey, I don't feel so good.
Suddenly, Tito topples over and falls to the floor. I forgot this was this scene. I was like, is this? I thought it was later, but... Tito! Tito slowly crawls into a fetal position as he holds his stomach. I rush to his side as he slowly looks up at me with a pained expression. My stomach hurts a lot. Your stomach? I look back at the breakfast Tito was eating, and I eye it suspiciously. At surface glance, it looks like a normal plate, but an anxious feeling settles into my stomach as I narrow my eyes. Something's wrong with this food. Philia! This is why having a magic penguin is nice. At my voice, pink sparkles burst into the air, revealing Philia.
You rang, Master?
Philia, that plate of food over there! There's something off about it! Could you tell me what? At my request, Philia waddles over to the food before inspecting it. She raises an eyebrow before chanting a small spell. Seconds after, a green, putrid glow emerges from the food. Philia gasps as she turns to me.
Master, this food was poisoned!
Poisoned? I look over when I hear Tito groan weakly in my arms. His face begins to turn a pale color. Somebody help! I can't scream that too loud. People will actually, I scream out loud as I hold Tito tightly in my arms. Tito clings to me shakily as his face warps in pain, tears forming in his little eyes.
Mama, it hurts.
Tito, it's me, Spacey. I'm right here with you, sweetie. I need you to be strong, okay? Philia, what can I do? I have to help him.
Don't worry, Master. Philia can help with her magic, but she can't do it here in the open like this? Bring him to your room, quickly! I'll be waiting there!
I nod my head and quickly stand up, carrying Tito as Philia disappears into a small ball of light. Tito, hang on, just for a little bit. Just as I'm about to leave, the dining room doors sweep open to reveal Marcello, Valentino, and a few suited men. Spacey, weird screaming, what happened? Marcello's eyes dart from my worried face over to Tito, shivering in my arms. His eyes grow wide as he approaches me. Tito, Spacey, what the hell happened here? His angry face. Poison! His food was poisoned, Marcello! What? At my words, Valentino quickly slides over to the food and inspects it. I'm sorry, but how did the black lions get in our tightly... I'm just saying! Valentino, you just keep looking more fucking sus, okay? Several moments later, he frowns and shakes his head with a dark expression. But how dare you poison a child, you son of a bitch? You're just trying to, make Marcello crack. Evil fucker. She's right. There's poison in this food, without a doubt. An odorless and tasteless poison, but the texture gives it away. However, a child would never be able to tell the difference. You there! Find the cook and bring him here at once! If he's responsible, he'll pay for this in blood. It was you and you're gonna kill some poor dude? But why? Who would do such a thing? To a child, no less! Let me say that in Valentino's still on the screen. I'm just saying. Suddenly, a small sizzling noise captures the attention of the room. Marcello lifts the plate of food to find an emblem of a lion has been somehow burned into the table's wood underneath. I watch wordlessly as his hands form into fists, and he throws the plate of food across the room, smashing it into pieces. Marcello glares down at the emblem before looking back up at Tito's whimpering figure. I'm sorry, I just think Valentino is, it's the same thoughts I had in the very beginning. He's either working with them or he is trying to cause a fucking issue and make Marcello go crazy and go attack them and cause, you know what I mean? He's either, yeah, you know what I mean? So those were my thoughts in the original when I played this. Valentino is behind this, but what his motivation is, we don't know. So there's no need to look for anyone. They're clearly not interested in hiding. Valentino, alert all the red dragons and prepare to move out. See, he's spurring Marcello on to act, which could be a bad thing, you know? If it's a war they want, it's a war they're gonna get. And again, I feel like Japanese voice acting, he'd be having and then he'd have that sexy deep voice, she'd be like, oh my god, I'm so turned on. Please start a war. It makes me hot. I stare at Tito's slumbering figure in my bed. A worried Philia peers over me as the small boy begins to stir.
Master, look! I think he's waking up! Huh? Where am I?
Tito, are you okay? How are you feeling?
Spacey? Yeah, I feel a lot better. My stomach still feels a little weird, but I'm not in pain anymore.
Oh, thank goodness. Philia's antidote worked.
Phew! Philia was worried for a second there, but it seems everything turned out okay. It's a good thing you called me in time, Master.
Philia? Suddenly, I glance frantically at Philia with widened eyes as I motion over to Tito.
Oh, don't worry, Master. I forgot to mention that other humans besides you can't see me, so he has no clue I'm here. Dee!
I mean, you'd think we would have figured that out when she's all up in Marcello's shit and he has no idea, but...
Philia? Spacey? Who the heck are you talking to?
Philia winks at me before she disappears into a cluster of sparkles. I answer Tito with a sheepish grin. No one! Anyways, Tito, are you really feeling better? We were so worried about you.
Really? Was Boss worried about me too?
Of course I was. We both turn our heads to see a frowning Marcello walk into my room. He shoots Tito a sad smile as he kneels down at the bedside next to me. How you feeling, champ? Gave me a pretty big scare back there, you know that?
I'm fine. Spacey gave me some medicine and I feel a lot better.
Stop screaming! You've been doing it all day. I'm sick of it. Stop it. Medicine? You already prepped an antidote? Yes, something like that. Well, in any case, thanks for looking out for him. I owe you one, Spacey. You don't owe me anything, Marcelo. Tito's my friend too. Right, Tito?
Oh, yeah.
Friend. I watch as Tito bows his head in thought. Marcelo stands up as he takes in a deep breath. He furrows his brow as he stares at Tito, and it's almost as if I can read his guilt-stricken thoughts. Marcelo, wait. Can we, talk? About your decision earlier. There's nothing to talk about. I did my best to avoid it, but I won't stand by and watch the people I care about get hurt anymore. Not when I can do something about it. Just as he takes a step to walk away, I open my mouth, but Tito beats me to it.
Boss, wait.
What is it, Tito?
Boss, am I your friend too?
I look back at Tito earnestly staring up at Marcelo. Marcelo cracks a small smile as he walks back over and ruffles Tito's hair. Of course you are, champ. One of the best ones I have. I can only smile as Tito's eyes light up as he looks at Marcelo. He beams a giant, toothy grin at him, and I immediately notice Marcelo relaxes a little at the sight. Marcelo shoots me a small smile before he turns to walk away again, but Tito grabs both his hand and mine. Tito? What's wrong? Does it hurt anywhere?
Then, since we're friends and all, can I ask you both a favor? Can you guys stay with me just for a little bit longer? Please? Marcelo and I both exchange knowing looks before we turn back to Tito and smile, taking a seat at his bedside as he slowly closes his eyes and falls back to sleep, holding each of our hands. Chapter 7. I'm gonna cock block you out what Chapter 7 did. Chapter 7 is where we get the fun shit, usually, so that'll be next time. So look forward to that. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this part up here, and we'll continue the next time. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.